this is Katie with Pixel Print Apparel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the cool features that Canva has that can really help and improve your designs for your t-shirt graphics and gang sheets. So I am on the app. I do recommend it. I love it. But it's pretty much the same if you're on the app or on the web browser version. So here I am, I'm logged in. Now, just disclaimer, I do have the pro version. So some of these things I'm showing you, you may or may not be able to use if you have a basic version. But anything that you need to use for pro, I'll go ahead and let you know. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to create a design from scratch. So right here, I am going to come up to the top and it says create a design. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. The first thing I like to do, you have these templates that you can choose from, but I like to usually use a custom design. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. The first thing I like to do is change, if it's in pixels, go ahead and change it to inches. Inches are just so much easier to work with when you're working with a print media because that's going to tell you exactly how big it's going to be and make sure you have a good quality print. So in this case, I'm going to start with a box 20 by 20. So I'm going to go ahead and create that new design. Now, a couple things to just double check. It will say again 20 by 20 here, and then when you go to File, it'll also tell you the inches by inches, even if you change this title. So that's a good thing to remember. Another way to find out how big your canvas is by adding the rulers. So in here you can see my rulers go from 20 to 20. Down here is my zoom, so if you're not zoomed all the way out, you can go ahead and do that and see. Canva will tell you how big of a canvas you have that way. To get those rulers, you can go to File, Settings, and then Show Rulers and Guides. So once they're on, you can easily see. The next thing I want to show you, sometimes this little page is going to be hidden and you'll see this add page. I personally don't like this view as much as the other view I was showing you. So go ahead, if you want to see all your pages, you can click that little arrow right here and all of your pages will be lined up here. So I do recommend that view. So let's go ahead and keep on going on. So let's say I want to create a new t-shirt. The first thing I can do, obviously, let's say I go to Etsy and I find something that I really like. I can go ahead, click uploads, and then click upload files, find that file, double click on it, and it will import it. So I already have a few imported here. So let's go ahead, let's say I bought this off of Etsy. I want to print it. So I uploaded it and now I have it here. Alright, so once you have your image uploaded, you're going to notice a few little handles when you click on the image. You have the circle handles and you have the rectangle ovally ones. The ones in the middle that look more like ovals or rectangles are going to be your crop tools, okay? So if you notice, I'm kind of cropped close up here and down here, but I do have some white space on the side. So if I come to this one and I bring it in, it's going to crop it in just a little bit. I do like getting as close as possible to these edges without going over. That way when I'm putting a design somewhere, I can use that nice big purple border to line up where I'm supposed to be. If you have a little bit more white space and you're just like trying to hang it off the edge like this, sometimes in the heat of something you can accidentally bring it over just a little too much and it will cut off your image. So that's why I do like using that crop. Again, I crop it as close as I can, and then those purple borders tell me where I need to be. If that purple border is out, my image is out. So that's the crop. The resize are these circles, and so you can grab from any side and bring it in or bring it out. Again, because we made our canvas in inches, that's what it's going to be displaying there, is in width and height, the inches. So I can easily see based on my shirt, if I've measured my shirt, know how big of a print I want. I can make my print exactly how I want it to show up on my shirt. Moving on from there. So let's say I notice that I make this as big as possible, but I kind of don't like it being like this square image. Um, let's actually use a different one for this. So I'm going to come here and find another one. All right, so let me pull this in. So this is an AI generated image, but you can see that it actually does have a like this background that I don't want to print this all on my print. The easiest way to see if it has a background or not is to literally click your background and come up here and change your background. Now you can see I definitely have that background, and if I print this, even with a transparent background, you're going to see that ugly background in the print. So we don't want that. So this is for the pro version only, but if you click on it and then you go to edit photo, there is a background remover if you have the pro version. So you can click on it, it's AI generated, and it will automatically it'll take out the background. Now, what happens if it took out too much of your background? Well, you can go ahead and click on this little button right here, and you can restore or erase even more. So let's say I want to restore like a halo around it. So I can come here to that restore. I can change my brush style and size, and then I can actually add back like this white if I wanted that white halo just around. Not saying I do, but I could add that back. Okay. Let's say it didn't take something out that I wanted. I could go to erase and then erase something. So let's say I want to take out maybe this beach right here. I want to have that through the shirt. I could do that, and now that's transparent. So that's a really cool feature that Canva gives you. Um, Another cool thing is the expand. So you can magically expand something. You can erase something. And then you can even grab text. I had good and bad things with this grab text, so you could play around with that. Just to let you know, though, these are available to you if you have the pro version. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, click on edit photo, and I get out of that again. All right, and again, you can see now that is transparent. I can see that background, that brown background through. Okay. All right, moving on. So let's say that you have something in mind, but you want to make something completely new. We have text and elements. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of those. So the first one is text. So you can go ahead, just make a regular text. You can size it up here, or you have all of your different effects here. You can change the font. You can change the color here. You can underline, italicize, you can bold, you can list, you can do all kinds of things. There's effects right here, so say you want like an outline there, you can do that. And you can change the colors, neon, all kinds of different fun things. You can curve it with this effects. Okay. Um, if you want to use some of their preset stuff that already has the effects, so let's say I like this scary story kind of one, I can click on that. Let's say I'm making a Halloween shirt and I just want to put on Halloween, and this year is 2024, and I want that to be my text for this shirt. I can go ahead very quickly, I can do that. Still, again, I could change the color if I want to make it a black, whatever color that I want. Let's just say I want this to be on a white shirt. That looks great. All right, so that's your text feature. And again, there's a lot of different ones. Now let's go ahead and add an element. So I want to go ahead and find some pumpkins. So I'm going to go ahead and search pumpkin. So you're going to notice that you have graphics, which are going to be like clip art, photos, which are going to be like actual images. You're going to have different frames here where you could put something in there. So I like to use graphics and frames most of the time for my art when I'm printing. So I'm going to come in here, and I really like these pumpkins right here. And I kind of like this web. But if you notice, the web is white, and I'm not going to be able to see it on a white shirt. So I'm going to go ahead, and I can go ahead and just make that black. Now I want this web behind my pumpkins, and I want my pumpkins behind my text. So right now my text is in front of everything, which is good, but this web is not. So I'm going to put it where I want it, but then I'm going to right click and go to layer. And then I can send either backwards or send to back. And I'm going to just send it backwards because I don't want it all the way to the back. I do want this to be all the way to the back, and I want that to the front. Alright, so now I have like that web, I have my pumpkins. Actually, you know what? I think I want to bring my text to the front. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring it straight front. Then I can kind of go over that. I do think I want a double web. So I'm going to take that web, and I'm going to come and duplicate it. Um, so I have that duplicate, but I do want this to be flipped. So I can click on it, I can click flip, and I can either flip horizontally or vertically. In this case, I'm going to do a horizontal flip, and then I'm just going to kind of make like this mirror image. Again, I'm going to send that to the back. And so now my pumpkins are kind of in front of this like web design. That's kind of cool. Now this text is a little too big for this graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to select everything. From there, everything that's selected, I can still grab the little handle and make everything bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to grab this, bring it down. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. Alright, there is my shirt. Another really cool thing about Canva, let's say I want to see this on a shirt, not just see the white, but see it on a shirt. You can go ahead and with their apps, you can find the mock-up app, and it will mock anything up that you have. So let's just say I add a page here, and I want to see it on a shirt. So I'm going to come in here, let's see, popular, go to view, and there is a shirt right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and size it up, and it has in it a frame. So I'm going to come back to my first page. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to right click and copy. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to right click and paste. So now you're going to see that image there. And then usually now with the images, sometimes it doesn't work with the frames. It's because of my graphic. But if it was something else, I could actually put it on that shirt. So let's just say I want this Halloween. Maybe not. Anyway, let's say I uploaded something. It works really well with upload. So let's say I had this. Let's be salty again. You can actually click on it, and it will show it on the shirt. There you go. The other way, so if it doesn't work this way, the other way you can do this, go ahead and delete all of this. So we'll leave that there. But the other way you can do this is export it and then import it back, and then it will show up on the shirt. But if you don't want to do that, you can also go to the share button, and then you don't even have to print with Canva to actually use this feature. Go ahead and click on it, and then you can find like a t-shirt. So see all, and there's the t-shirt. So I'm going to go ahead It'll say redesign this design, so I'll go ahead and click on that. And then you'll be able to see, again, we don't want that back print, but you'll be able to see a few mock-ups here of your shirt. Now that would be on a black shirt. Remember, I wanted a white shirt, so I can come over here. Now they have very limited colors, but quickly you can kind of see what you have as far as a mock-up. You can do the back and the front. So that's another really cool feature of Canva. Um, let's keep on going. Some more elements. So I do want to show you just basic frames. So we had the mock-up frame, but you can also find just basic frames. So I'm going to add another page here, and I'm going to see all of these frames. Again, make sure that you're on frames. If you're on graphics or photos or videos, it's not going to show you the frames. So click on what you need. Let's say I'm doing some kind of film thing. Or let's say I'm printing and I want some lines to make the more breathable, make the DTF a little bit more light feel, which is always fun to do to make it a little bit more light feel. I can come in and grab this one, and if you notice there's going to be some lines in there. Let me grab and upload that I have of just an image. Let me find one that I like. Okay, here's this wiggity wiggity whack. I'm going to go ahead, add that, and then I'm going to just move it and then drop it. And you're going to notice what happens is now my image is still the same image, but it has those lines in it. So that's another really cool way to make that a little different. And there's all different types of frames. So let's go ahead and look at a few other ones. Again, that's going to be in elements and frames. Let's say you want to make it a diamond. So I can come in here and I can go back into my uploads, grab that wiggity wiggity whack, and bring it in. Now, I don't like how this is. I can double click though, and I can resize this as small as possible while still filling the frame and move it around. Okay, and then it'll find what it is. Again, some frames work better than others. This one does not work for this. So, I hope you found that helpful. Um, if you're doing something and you are sending it to somebody else or you want to share, you can go ahead and click that share. The way I usually have people send me stuff is the collaboration link, because you don't have to download anything, you don't have to send it, you don't have to wait for an upload. You send me that link, I get it, and I can personally download it. But if you do want to like share it with a person with like as a file, what you can do is come down here to download, um, and you can find the best one that's suited for you. For print on demand and DTF, I do recommend either a PNG or an SVG file. When you do SVG, you don't have to worry about the dimensions because it stands for scalable vector file. So no matter how you save this, it's going to be scalable. You're not going to get that pixelation. Again, do remember to click on transparent background. Now this is, again, that little crown means that you have to have Pro to save as an SVG. PNGs you can save for free. However, to size it up and do a transparent background, you will need the Pro version. Again, that's another reason why I prefer doing links, because you don't have to have a Pro version for me to download it transparently and at a large size. But if you are going to be downloading it yourself, I do recommend sizing it all the way up to 3.125. At the 1, this is only going to give you a 72 DPI, I believe, because that is the graphics for on computer screens. But for print, we need it a little bit better than that. And so I do definitely recommend you sizing it up, clicking transparent background, and then downloading it that way. Hopefully this helps. If you have any other questions, if you would like me to do any more tutorials on other features for Canva, let me know. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.